What are the basic concepts of object oriented programming? Number 1, object. 2, classes. 3, data encapsulation. 4, data abstraction. 5, inheritance. 6, polymorphism. 7, data binding. 8, message passing. Now this is also coming for the 2 marks in exam. That is, a question is coming, list out what are the basic concepts of object oriented programming. Now we will see all these points one by one. Number 1, object. Now what is an object? It is a basic runtime entity in an object oriented system. It may represent a person, place, bank account, a table of data, or any item that the program must handle. Also this I can say a duster, a chair, that is also example of object. The objects can also communicate to each other. Now how they will communicate? Just by passing the messages to each other, they can communicate. Second, classes. The classes are user defined data type. This is a very important concept of classes, because when the C++ was invented, first of all it was given a name C with classes. So that's why the classes, which it is a very important. The class, it may contain data and code. That means, for example, if I will consider data of students, so that means in a class there will be name of a student, the roll number of a student, percentage of a student, and the class will also contain the functions those will operate on these data. So just I can say in a class there is a data and there is a function. In a simple word, just I can say it is a unit which is having data and code. Data encapsulation. Data encapsulation means wrapping of data and functions into a single unit, that is called data encapsulation. That means, now suppose we have a data and then we have a function. The function, those will operate on these data. Now we will combine these two things into a single unit. That unit is called a class. So this process is called data encapsulation. The next feature, that is a data abstraction. Now what is a data abstraction? It refers to the act of representing essential features without including the background details or explanation. Now here I will take very simple example. By using this example, easily you can understand what is a data abstraction. Okay, in many cases we are representing only the important features and we are hiding some of the background details. For example, if I will take the example of medicine, so simply we are looking its application, and the all other information about the company, about the contents of, those are not exposed so much. Just I can take another example. Suppose I will develop one software, then that software, that is of medical, that is for the medical. If I will give that software to medical shop, so in that case the medical owner simply will use its applications, and the other information, that means which programming language has been used to develop this software and what are the backends which are used to store the data. Now those are hidden. So that means, my dear students, here you can understand only applications which are exposed and its background details of the software which are hidden. So this is called data abstraction. Next, inheritance. Inheritance, it allows reusability. That means the one class which is already exist, so we can reuse it a number of times. This is a very beneficial features of C++ because the one thing which is already exists, simply we have to reuse. Otherwise, if we will go to create that class once again, it will take our time, it will take our space. So this is a wastage of time. It's a very simple. If I want to use a class, if that class which is already exists in a library, so simply I will reuse. Then in that case, the old class that will be called base class, and the new class that will be called the derived class. So this concept is called inheritance. Polymorphism. Polymorphism means many forms. You can say it is the ability to take more than one form. What does it mean? That means if I will take one draw function, the draw function, it is able to draw circle, it is able to draw rectangle, it is able to draw polygon. That means there is a one function draw, but now it is drawing many forms. So this is called polymorphism. I can give the another example of polymorphism. For example, there is a one add function. The add function, it will perform the addition of integer number, it will perform addition of float number. So this is also example of polymorphism. That means polymorphism, it is the ability to take more than one form. Next, data binding. Data binding refers to the lining of a procedure call to the code to be executed in response to the call. That means here there is a link between function call to function definition. It will be more clear when I will give the practical example of this. Now next is the message passing. Just already I told you the objects they can communicate to each other. Now how they will communicate to each other? They just by passing the data. So this is called message passing. This is all about the concepts of OOP.